Nene Leakes and Carlos King are going on tour, starting with a 2-city stop in February. On Tuesday, February 24th, we are headed to Raleigh, North Carolina. On Thursday, February 26th, we are headed to Nashville, Tennessee. Tickets are on sale now. Make sure you get them before they sell out. See you there. Raindrops, welcome to the first episode of Shit Chat. Okay, that is Ish Chat with Carlos King and LisaRaye. Hey, LisaRaye.
Hey, what's happening?
You look amazing.
You think so? I'm ready for bed, honey.
Ooh. Are you ready to be in bed alone, or you got, a...
Look at you already. Look at you.
Yeah.
Look at you. Because, honey, I got like a good hour for you. So whatever I'm doing, let's do this. And let me get to it. Okay.
all he needs is an hour, LisaRaye?
I didn't say that. I didn't say any of that. See, you putting words in my mouth and you can't do that.
I don't want to put words in your mouth. I want to put other things in my mouth, but that's a whole nother See, raindrops. This is what you're going to get with LisaRaye and Carlos King. So let me tell y'all what Shit Chat is all about. It is a show where LisaRaye and I are going to be talking about all the shits, okay? Relationships, love, sex, pop culture, any and everything under the sun. And as you all saw with our iconic interview that did over 1.4 million views, LisaRaye, my Libra sister and I are here to give you guys the real talk of what's going on in the world. Right, LisaRaye?
I love it. Just shooting the breeze, just having an opinion and talking about all things that are lifing. Because, honey, life is lifing. We are in the thick of everything.
No, we are in the thick of everything. And today's topic, raindrops. Wait, LisaRaye, do you know about my raindrops?
I thought you was trying to sing a song like raindrops keep falling on your head, but what the heck is raindrops? Because rain, I want to be inside, and you saying it like it's something like, woo, what is raindrops?
No, so it's rain, REIGN. Ooh.
You know what? That's why I'm doing this show with you, because you smart. You sexy. I like it. You know what I mean? Come on with the phrases, the catchphrases that I'm gonna steal. I like it. Come on, let's do this. Yeah, uh-huh.
Yes, yes. So my fan base, my supporters, I call them the raindrops. Okay. Do you have a name for your fans?
Let me see. Let me see what they want to call themselves. No, I don't. I know that Nicki Minaj has the Barbs, and
Mhm.
somebody got some monsters, and uh,
Lady Gaga has a monster.
okay, Lady Gaga had the monsters. You got the raindrops. Uh, uh, I'm gonna come back to you with.
Okay. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna have the raindrops. And obviously, a lot of LisaRaye fans are here, obviously. So y'all let us know in the comments, what should LisaRaye's fans be called? I have a few ideas. You know what I'm saying? The players club, the players. You
How
know.
about how about I don't know, stingrays,
Oh!
X-rays. You know what I mean?
I
Right?
love a stingray because let me tell you something, LisaRaye, baby, you all you bite.
Rawr. I think that's good. I mean, you know how people have dogs and they don't bite. It's like they have teeth. They bite. You know what I mean? So I have teeth. So I guess, I bite too.
Yes, yes,
we,
yes,
we can
yes.
go with that. Okay.
Oh, yes. You are no bark and all bite. Let's be very clear. So, raindrops, the first thing we're going to get into today is the topic of the burden of Black women breadwinners. So, it was an Essence op-ed, LisaRaye,
Mhm.
that was launched a few weeks ago, where the article truly did this interesting take on Black women being the breadwinners in their relationships and how it always seems to not work out in their favor. They tailored the op ed around what's going on with Kandi Burruss and Todd Tucker. As you may know, LisaRaye, Kandi Burruss filed for divorce from Todd. They were married for over 10 years. He did sign a prenup. He is contesting the prenup, saying that he pretty much was pressured to sign it because he signed it on the wedding day. Long story short, LisaRaye, baby, he wants child support. He wants primary custody of the kids. He is, like I said, contesting the prenup. He also feels that when it comes to their dynamic, that he left a lot on the table when it comes to their business, and he pretty much wants what's owed to him. So my question for you is this: how do you feel about all that when it comes to black women out earning their husbands?
Well, somebody got to do it. I feel that even if the man is not bringing it, then there's nothing wrong with the woman bringing it because it's going into the same household. And if you are having a union as one, then it's one household. So that means what yours is mine, what's mine is yours. However, we can divide this up in so many different ways because if you want to go the Bible route, the
Mm-hmm.
way that the Bible belt is structured is the man is the provider. The woman is the one that takes care of the children and the household and the husband. But we've gotten so far away from that till women are making their own money and women are the breadwinners. I will say this. I've had a lot of experience in a lot of things, and I too signed a prenup when I was married. And I too signed it at the very last minute. And it was just something that we had both forgotten about. I can't really
When,
speak for
when,
him, but
when did he give it to you?
we came to LA to go over it. So I knew it wasn't something that was like, oh yeah, it wasn't that. It was written down in the contract and everything. We just forgot to sign before the week of the wedding. It wasn't something that was on our mind until the very last minute. And then it was like, oh, you know what I mean? So I can see how Todd is saying the day of his wedding, he was pressured because if he didn't go over it the week before, the month before, then yeah. Yeah, I'm sure that he forgot about all that was in there and all that he put in there and all that he may wanted to contest and things may have changed before they had written everything down. You need to go over it again in front of your attorneys, in front of a witness. So I can see how he could have that as one of the things that he wants to contest and say, well, wait, hold on a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but women making more money, if that's what you're comfortable with, and the mate that you choose makes less money than you, if you're comfortable with that, go with it. Go with it. No one can tell you anything different. If your values is something different, then go with different. But I can't really say that one standard is supposed to go to everything and everybody.
Well, I found it to be interesting because listen, I have a lot of girlfriends, and listen, like you said, we can go biblical, and I do see both sides, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
I think this. We know that when it comes to black women are the largest entrepreneurship group in the world, right? They're the fastest rising entrepreneurs. So the reality is black women are out earning their men. With that comes this though, and this is how I truly do feel. I think it sounds good to say, okay, I make more money than my man. I think it sounds good to say I don't have a problem with it. I think when it becomes years into the relationship, years into the marriage, certain things start to percolate. And I just don't think it's natural for a woman to be okay with taking care of a man for the rest of their relationship. I think ultimately is going to be a problem because she is going to resent him for always having to pay for shit, and he's going to resent her for feeling like she's emasculating him.
Now let's listen to this. Think about Mariah Carey, the J
Mm-hmm.
Lo's of the world, the women that are making great money. Look at the choices that both of those ladies have made. Mariah dated a billionaire, and I think allegedly it sued him for wasting her time. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Then you got, I'm all for it. And then you got J Lo that's like, hey, I'm singing, I'm dancing, I'm in TV, I'm doing everything. Who else am I going to date? She will date the backup dancer, you know? Then you got the Beyonce in the world that's like the hustle got to match. Because if Jay-Z and her break up, who she gonna date? Who she gonna have? You know what I'm saying? Because the pick of the litter for us, unfortunately, is not that big. You know what I'm saying? So you got to start just looking at your list and saying, what are the important things to me that's a no-brainer or a deal breaker? And sometimes some women's going to choose love only because they have the money. Those things are not as important anymore when you've had it. Like, I don't need another diamond ever. I don't need another jewel ever. I want it, but I don't need it. So now that's not important to me. I don't need another bag. I don't need some more glass, well, maybe glasses. But look, things I don't care about any longer. It's because I have already accomplished them. So now other things are more important to me. So you have to look at where that woman is and where she is trying to go. And if she's secured the bag enough to take care of her family, and then there's extra spilling all out because how much money, I mean, really? I mean, I know we all want generational wealth or whatever, you know what I mean? But we still got to make those kids work for that money as well. So we can't just give it all to them. So there has to be some type of limit to what money you're going to make before you say, hey, you know what? It's not about the money. It's about who I'm going to share my life with. That's
Yes, yes. And I do think a lot of women go into the space thinking that. But one thing that Todd did say, since I want to use this as an example, and
mm,
then I'm going to talk about another celebrity couple, Teyana Taylor and Iman Shumpert, who had a divorce. But sticking with Todd, he did a scene on The Real Housewives of Atlanta where he told Kandi to her face while they were still married, he said verbatim, LisaRaye, I sacrificed a lot to support your dreams. When I
okay.
came into this situation with you, I wasn't good enough. It was like I got speed ball fast enough to make a lot of money so that I can be good enough. Good enough not only to your mama, but to the fucking world. It was a lot of pressure. To me, hearing that, I think that's where resentment starts to come into the situation.
Definitely. I can see that too. I had a little bit of that when I became the first lady of Turks and Caicos Islands. It was like I'm not an island woman. And they normally want to marry their kind. We know how that is. And so I was not that. So how else can I show up? What else can I do? How great can I be? What is my role? And can I do it with the utmost respect and commitment and whatever? How can I become good enough? Not just for the world, but so I can feel good about standing next to you with all that you've accomplished. That's real. That's real. You got people whispering behind you. You start believing it yourself. You start feeling less than what you were before you came into the relationship. So I can understand that. He didn't want people to say that she's taking care of me when he's the man. So he's on the fast track to what can I do? And even if he could not make as much money as she could, how can I help you bring in this money? How can we be partners in this marriage? That's what it's about.
Could you see yourself being with a man
No,
today?
no. What you about to ask? Okay. Watch
Listen,
it.
listen, on some real shit. It is called Shit Chat. So on some real shit. Lisa Ray McCoy, you just said, Carlos, I don't need another diamond. It's not nice to have that, some glasses in the bag, but I want love.
Yeah.
Could you fall in love with a man that you make more money than him?
No.
Why
I told
not?
you no. Look, I told you no 10 seconds ago. No. Because I'm a realist. I'm not Mariah. I'm not J-Lo. I don't make that much money. That money would help secure the bag for generations for me, you know? So if he's not making as much money as I'm making, although I'm blessed, I'm gonna need you to come in and make more money than I'm making because then that means that's an extra person. So I can take care of me and my family. But if you come into it, you got to bring something to the table that's going to be equally yoked so we can rise together. Right now, I'm still working to secure my girls, my daughter, and my grandbaby. I want them to be able to be okay like my parents left me. So I'm still working towards that. So he can't come in and take from that. So no, I need you to see. Sometime with the money comes the exposure and the experience of a different level of lifestyle. And if you don't have it, then you don't know anything about that lifestyle. So therefore, I'm either teaching you or telling you, and I don't want to do either one. You there?
No, listen, listen. I am there. I am there. But this is the reason why I think this. And this is going to be a very controversial statement, but I'm only talking about the reality of what I experienced conversing with my girlfriends, right? Um, None of my girlfriends, okay, want to be with a man that they make more than. They just don't want that. Now, the caveat to that is they are also just not in a relationship, period. Because it is hard to find someone. And that's the reason why a lot of them, LisaRaye, a lot of my black girlfriends are starting to date outside their race because they do feel like, Lisa Ray, okay, she fucked it up. That's
You know
what's
what?
happening.
I was gonna say now let's flip it
Go ahead.
because I was dating a man that had more money than I have, but it was still something missing from him. He still didn't know how to spend his money for us to have a fabulous time. I comes with
Like
shit.
what?
I come with shits and giggles and laughter and whatever, and I'm cooking, I'm cleaning, I'm dusting, I'm doing all kind of stuff. Like Todd said, I'm cleaning in my panties. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing things that's like, whoa, okay. I'm looking at you because I want you to return the favor. Just because you have the money doesn't mean that you don't return the favor to me so I can feel like, oh, I can't wait to go into the bathroom with you. And then we come back out. I need something more than just that. So a lot of times men that are wealthy kind of feel like they could just go ahead and pay and that's it. And it's like, no, where's your character? Where's your umph? Where's your sass? You got to give me something because it would, for us women, you would say, she just pretty for no reason. We paying for the pretty? No, you should not have to. You should be paying for the pretty, the intelligent. She knows how to cook. She knows how to run a household. She wants to have kids. She wants to take care of the family. You marrying and wanting all of those things. So we want things too. So it's almost like a double standard, as well that we're carving out to make a new generation feel good about what we're saying now
Mm.
because women are making more money. So again, for me, the only reason why I cannot do that level is because I think you should date on your level.
Should you date on your level financially or on your level spiritually, emotionally? Like, is it which part do you sacrifice the most as a woman? Because the thing is this, there's
Mm.
a lot of single women out there who are beautiful, attractive, smart, have a lot going on, but unfortunately they are still single. And do you think it's because they aren't sacrificing something on their list?
What you mean sacrificing? Why we got to
You
sacrifice?
gotta sacrifice. Listen, no one's
Why?
perfect because LisaRaye, no one is perfect, right?
No
And
one is perfect, but the sacrifice, I feel like that means no. And no is a strong word. No means no, like you never will. And that just, I don't know why I can't. Why wouldn't? Why shouldn't I? No is permanent. That's like a turnoff. No one wants that. Let's bring me up to where you need me to be and let me bring you up to where you need me to be. Vice versa. Blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because where we fall short and he may be a little bit more experienced in the spiritual realm. It's like, okay, babe, take me to church with you. Read the Bible with me. Show me, teach me, tell me. And then there's going to be things that I'm going to do, but neither one of us have to sacrifice. That just, I don't even like, I took that word out of my vows when I did the sacrifice. Honor and obey, I think I took out. Yeah, obey. That just sounds too old. It was like, obey. That sounds like sacrifice. This sounds like, no. And just,
You're not willing to sacrifice for your man?
I'm willing to do whatever it takes so he don't feel a sacrifice, and neither do I.
Mm.
Because if you are evenly yoked and y'all are committed to doing this thing, neither one of us have to sacrifice. Tell me what it is that you need for me to make you happy. I'm gonna let you know if I'm gonna be able to do it or not. And if it's no, then you have to make the decision to say, "Well, babe, I'm gonna need a little bit of that," or I'm gonna need you to work up to that." And we'll see where it goes, because that's what dating is all about. That's what a relationship is all about. Exploring, explaining, adventurous, all the other E words that goes into that category.
Mm. I do want to ask you this because this op-ed also mentioned Teyana Taylor, who is a Golden Globe winner. She is nominated for an Oscar. She has been out in the scene since
She's
she
been
did
killing it.
killing it, fashion, acting, and since she was on MTV's Super Sweet 16. So one thing that I feel like she did, and I want to get your thoughts on it. We all know that she was married to NBA star Iman Shumpert. What was made public when they split in 2023, she said that she found him to be jealous and insecure about her fame. And that
Mm,
despite him making more when they met while he was playing in the NBA, that by the year 2020, her stardom started to increase significantly. And she has alleged that there were moments of irritation over, and this is the part that I was like, baby, that man was going to leave you or cheat on you or do both. Teyana said in court documents that when they were on the red carpet together as a married couple, that the photographers, the paparazzi, would tell Iman, Scoop, we only want a picture with her.
okay, that happens.
Yes, and she said that she felt that she had to intentionally dim her light, LisaRaye, for her
Mm.
husband to try to have a harmonious and peaceful marriage. And things took a turn when he decided in the middle of their marriage that he ultimately wanted a traditional wife.
That's so hard. That's really hard, because when I look at her, I get jealous. So let's put that there,
Period.
okay? But it's hard for a man to have the wife and see her at home. And they can kind of take us for granted a little bit because it's your home. And when you get all done up and everybody else in the world is like taking notice too, then you start feeling like, yee, wait a minute. Not only am I knowing what I got, but the whole world is seeing what I have, and people are crazy and don't respect boundaries.
Mhm.
So perhaps things could have crept in his head to say, oh, all this newfound fame, I might lose my wife. She might get the big head. She might get whatever, whatever. Stay back. What's your intentions? What it could have been a bunch of that he felt, which AKA means insecurity, you know?
Mhm.
And so, Teyana, I'm sure, knows that you got to split the time. You got to make your man feel secure and make the world see you as well. But if you don't know, he's been in the business way before her. He had women looking at him, and she had to deal with that. You know what I mean? And she won. She got the ring on her finger, she got the babies and whatever, and she held it down and was honing her craft until she popped. Now she's popping. You need to look at your wife and do the things enough where you don't feel insecure and you don't feel bad, because you ain't going nowhere, because you're doing the right thing. Now, if you start creeping and doing other things, then now you feeling insecure for a reason. So that's the question. Why were you feeling insecure when you were looking at her and she's rising? Why were you not happy for her? What were those feelings? What were you What were you doing? What were you sacrificing? What were you not sacrificing? What were you doing around the corner?
Oh,
So
I can tell you what I can tell you what it was. The thing
oh,
is
oh,
this. Oh, because listen, speaking as a man, yes, I'm a gay man. I'm a man, right? Speaking as a man, every man's identity is in his profession. Every man's identity is really in his profession. That's the reason why when he was in the NBA, playing for the Lakers, winning championship, and Teyana was this up and coming singer, we knew who she was, but even she said, when she was in Kanye's video Faded, she said, I thought that was my big break. And then nothing happened. And
mhm,
she felt like she had a lot of big breaks, but nothing happened. He was fine with it
mhm.
until he was no longer playing in the NBA. And there is nothing, and that's why I always tell the girls, it's cute to be that hot young girl or hot woman, period, with the athlete, the celebrity, right? But there's a shelf life for rappers, there's a shelf life for athletes, okay? And the moment that the game or the industry decides to retire you, his identity is no longer in that profession and he doesn't know who he is. So when he's seeing his woman all of a sudden start to rise to the occasion, he does get jealous. And that's why Tiana said, I used to pray for this person before I prayed for myself. And then this motherfucker had the nerve to say that I was being competitive and
Yeah, that's
said,
not good.
when you posted my album, you said, I'm next.
Next up on what do you
Because
mean?
I guess he's a rapper.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of that. Well, okay.
Yes. It's so the thing is this. I
That's the
tell
competition within the relationship then, right there. It's
It
like,
is because the thing is this. I don't listen. I don't think it works, and I'd love to get your opinion. You've been a celebrity all your life, right? I don't think it works when two successful people, especially celebrities, are together because at one point somebody's light is going to dim, and that's when if a man decides to again be retired because of the industry he's in and his woman is thriving, I can tell you he's going to find power in cheating because when a man cheats, it's not about sex, it's about power. And because he doesn't feel powerful anymore at the workplace and he sees his woman doing it, he's going to find power in other ways.
and that's why you got to wait and get married when you're mature. See, when you get older, see, because when you get older, you're already established. You already got your balls. You already got your swag. You already got your position. You know who the hell you are because you done built up your company and you got somebody else running it because you the damn boss and you can be gone while they running it still because you still maintain your position. It's only the ones that's trying to still gravel for money and value and position that is insecure. It's a difference because you can't take the swag away from a CEO that is built to come. Can you imagine Basil feeling like, oh no, I have nothing else to do now, and now you're a beauty pageant winner, and I just don't know how to support you. No, this man has accomplished all of that. That's gonna sit right here. Every time he turn this way, he gonna know. But when you are insecure and you don't know, you no longer have because you're not so sure of what you've done. Then you're gonna feel like what because you scrambling. See, that's why, I was gonna make a little statement, but young guys, I don't know. I'm not a sugar mama. You know what I mean? I'm not a cougar. I'm not even a panther, because but I don't want to explain all of that because baby, if it's time for you to sit down and retire and I'm still going strong like Catherine Zeta Jones and her husband,
Michael
um,
Douglas.
yes, you know what I mean? For a minute, he was that, you know what I mean? And then he slowed down and she came up and now you know what I mean? But both of them was like, because you know why? Because both of them knew about the business. Both of them knew that it was going to come eventually for them to sit down and retire. And both of them is bringing in money. Babe, you brought in this year. I bought in this in the next 5 years. Whatever it is, I am bringing it in to us, the union, the couple, the partnership. Be all right with that. But let me just say this about Iman and Teyana. If she knew what she was doing, you know what I mean? Because sometimes you got to cut your losses to be able to grow. And we see that as soon as that was this, she started flourishing because there was no one on the side of her to say you shouldn't, you couldn't, you can't, you ain't. She is doing. And that is going to make her thrive as being a woman, the best woman that she can be. For all of us, she's showing, like her speech said, for all the brown girls out there
Mhm.
watching me, you can. All of this is new to her. All of this is exciting to her. And it's new for us to even watch because it was like, well, wait a minute, you was in that movie 20 minutes. And girl, your ass is everywhere.
Yeah.
She's showing us how it can be done. Because Lord knows every time you see her, she is killing. We're chasing her to find out what she has on. When she did the cover of Sade's song, I ain't never heard nobody sing it the way that she did. She sound great. She's letting us know, hey, I can do all things. She's letting the people know that you can be new and still get because she's
Hmm.
getting it. She's
Yeah.
inspiring to me, you know?
Oh, yes. The thing is this. I want everybody to look at Tiana's story because this is what I got from it, right? I got from it that sometimes God is waiting on you to remove yourself from a situation in
God is
order
trying
for
to
him to give
tell
you the
me
blessings.
something. Thank you, Lord. Okay. Yeah, you can use it. Color purple
Right.
there. You know. Mhm.
Yes, yes. Listen, it's no coincidence that the moment she and Iman got a divorce, her blessings started to overflow. And that's why, ladies, I'm telling y'all, sometime, and I know it's hard, and trust me, I get it, but sometimes the man you are married to or in a relationship with, he could be blocking your blessings. And that's why you really got to be steadfast in terms of who you choose to lay down with. And by the way, that the story I was talking about, the album and stuff, that's my apology. That wasn't Teyana and Iman. That was Cardi B and Offset. So I wanted to
Oh,
make sure that I did clear that up.
mhm.
Because the thing is this, it's it's the thing is I find it so fascinating that I don't know what advice to give successful black women when it comes to dating and being with a man that can be your happily ever after. The only thing I said to them, LisaRaye, and I want to know if I was right in saying this, I said to them, you're going to have to date a man that
Mhm.
is um is okay
I was gonna say for you.
with being in the background and is okay with being he may be a little soft. You got to be okay with that.
Yeah, because here's the opposites attract too. So it's really what we're really saying is there's no rule to this because you're individual. You just gotta kiss a couple of frogs until you find your prince. And that's because we got examples. You got Jay-Z and Beyonce to make it look like absolutely. You got Denzel and Pauletta that's like it can be done. Angela Bassett and her husband.
Courtney B. Vance.
Right. You know what I mean? You got that. But then you have some that's in the middle, like Todd and Candace. Because here's the thing 10 years, 11 years of marriage, that ain't nothing to just frown up at. That's a long time in Hollywood. She put her irons in the fire and so did he. You know what I mean? Then you got some like my marriage that didn't work longer than 5 years, 4 years, 3, 2, 1, you know? So, you got examples on every level. You gotta stick with somebody that's for you. But if you see those signs in the beginning, they not gonna change. They're not gonna switch. Don't try to change anybody. So if you got goals in mind, you got to feel strong about where you going. And the minute he show you that, then you have to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one thing that Ebony K. Williams said, LisaRaye, she was asked, I think a year ago, about dating the bus driver. And
Mm.
Ebony K. Williams is a lawyer. She's a TV judge, a TV personality, podcast host, author, all the things. And she decided to use a sperm donor to have her baby, baby Liberty. When the whole thing came out with, Todd contesting, he wanting child support and
Wait, wait. Is he keeping the kids? Did he get custody of the
well, it hasn't been finalized yet. He wants the kids. He feels like he's a primary parent because Candy works so much.
Oh,
And Ebony said that's the reason why she decided to use a sperm donor to have her daughter because she refuses for any man to try to get any rights when it comes to her kid. And she doubled down on the fact that that's why I won't date the bus driver because I'm not going to put myself in a situation where in this world it is positioned for the man to out earn the woman. So I'm not changing my mind, and I will never.
I can hear that, but then that's that, that double standard again of being able to pick the person that you want. That's what we don't do. Our mamas used to say, be careful who you have a baby by. Or be careful who you marry. Learn about the family. Take your time. And now we see why, because you want to know, is it do you have any illnesses in your family? Is there anyone that has any breast cancer in the family or whatever, and what's your values? How are you going to raise your children? Are you all on the same page? Is it gentle parenting, or are you whooping ass? You know what I mean? Which one is it? You know what I'm saying? I do a little bit of both, so you got to make sure that. But here's the thing too, though. ah I think a kid needs both parents, a mother and a father, mother. I think that, to be able to conquer both sides so they can see it, because where one is weak, the other one can be stronger in values, that may need to be. I'm a softie, so I don't really discipline until you just really take me all the way there. Then it's like, look, yes, I can understand what Ebony is saying. She's like, I don't want to deal with that. I make my own money. I can be over here and take care of me and my baby and have to worry about how I feel only, you know. And that's our prerogative, She can do that. This is like having a surrogate mother, or having someone else, is a sperm donor or whatever it is. It's like we making our own opportunities now, and that's the world we live in. So that's what it is.
No, listen, you're right about that. And I think is what you said earlier, to each its own. So, LisaRaye, as we close things up, what advice, because I want to end every episode with LisaRaye's POV, okay? Because you have so much wisdom and you have so much experience that a lot of the girls really take heed to what you say. So, when it comes to Black women, who are the breadwinners in their relationship, what advice would you give them to ensure that the relationship that they're in does last forever?
Marry for love. Marry for love. Make sure that you have a mentor or a pastor or a therapist or someone that you all can get counseling from to make sure that you are breaking down each other's values, that they are able to coincide with each other to be in each other's life and to raise a family and to bring another human being into society. Marry for love, and everything else, you can write that out in a prenup and be okay with signing it, both of you all right there in the room together, so that nothing can change and nothing is in a hurry and nothing is exposed that wasn't exposed. Be truthful and honest.
That's good. That's really good advice. That's
Okay.
really good advice. But no, and I agree with you. Listen, ladies, definitely marry for love. I tell my girlfriends all the time because we'll talk about this another topic in another
I think so.
episode
I know where you're
because
going.
a lot of women marry for money and
And if that's
unfortunately,
what it is, that's what it is, because you make your thing the way you want it to be. Whatever, if that works for you, then let it work for you.
but you will never be happy.
Who said? I think that's another episode. That's another episode.
Another
Stay tuned,
episode.
everybody.
That's another episode. So listen, we're gonna teach y'all about that. But raindrops and stingrays. Yes, let us know in the comments what you think, okay? When it comes to this topic, when it comes to the burdens of the Black woman breadwinner. Let us know, okay? Leave a comment. And listen, if you have any questions about relationships, family, parenting, whatever that you would like to ask LisaRaye and I, let us know. Leave it in the comments, and we will make sure on the next episode to answer a few of them.
We'd love to hear from you. We want to.
Yes. All right, LisaRaye. Now
All
listen,
right.
baby. You got that man waiting on you in the other room, child. And I look, I do too, but I last 90 minutes.
Oh, okay. Well, can I come over there and watch? Okay, see ya.
LisaRaye, I'm talking shit. LisaRaye, I just
Yes,
need
you
12.
are.
Give me 12 minutes. That's all I need, child.
Okay. Oh, I don't know about that. Okay, then. That's another episode too. Okay. Stay tuned. We got a lot of shit to talk.
We do. Thank y'all for our first episode of Shit Chat. Okay. And we will see y'all the next one.
Mwah.